Tomye, how do you feel about Penis Pinocchio?
It's always good, man. Beavis and Butt-Head is always good. Good value.
And we are going to talk about that. We are talking about Beavis and Butt-Head, Season 2, Episode 3. Welcome to TELEVERSE Reviews. I'm your host, ALANNIS MAXIMUS. This is my co-host, TOMYE West.
Check it out. I'm doing the head and the body thing.
I know this
similar too. Look, you could do it too if you really wanted. Oh, that's a screenshot for sure.
Yes, we are talking about Beavis and Butt-Head Episode 3. And I think it is ramping up. It was my favorite episode so far of the season. Wasn't the best Beavis and Butt-Head content, but it was getting there. It was just consistently funny. The cutaways were funny. The stupid elements were funny. It was just a good time. How did you feel about it?
Yeah, no, I feel the same, man. I feel like I feel like they don't really miss it all, ever. Like, I feel like even when they kind of miss with an episode here and there, it doesn't miss to the point where you're like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? It's always pretty consistently good. But when it gets like to a level that it was at today, I look at that as like above, like I'd look at this as a better, like a step up from what they already do fantastically.
Absolutely. And I think we won't reveal it now, but this is going to be one of our highest scoring episodes of anything, I think.
Definitely. I mean, like, me and you're pretty fucking picky.
Yeah.
We're just like the worst, you know? But
yeah. But we like what we like.
Yeah, we're just like that Batman movie sucked.
Yeah, man. And don't get me started on Morbius. Everyone loved Morbius, right? They're making sequels and stuff here. Oh, great movie, apparently.
Dude. Yeah, no, I think Beavis and Butt-Head I think it's really refreshing that they're back. I think it's good that we are at the point now where it seems to me like I think that, to me, I don't know if it would be the same to you, but do you think it's at the same height of popularity that it was when the first movie came out, or do you think it's even kind of exploded over that?
I think it's maybe not as big in terms of the public eye, but now it has the cult classic vibe, where you've kind of got people around our age bracket that are like, fuck yeah, it's back. And now we're indoctrinating our children.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing with this show and other shows that, like, 20 years ago, the critics just fucking hated it. Like, more than that. Like, critics hated Beavis and Butt-Head. They were blamed for multiple problems in the world, like people setting fires to things and shit.
Beavis wasn't allowed to talk about his love of fire because kids were burning shit in America.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is, like, even, like, you look at Jackass, critically hated for most of its life. Then we get to now, and Jackass Forever comes out, and the critics are blown away by it. And I feel like it's almost the same thing with Beavis and Butt-Head, where it's like, I think we've reached that point in planet where all those old frail skeletons aren't being the critics anymore, and people our age are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's weird.
Well, further ado, though, as well. Rest in peace, Jerry Springer. You made my sick days more sick.
More sick. More sick and twisted. We've got Joseph here who slept with his mother's cousin. Ooh, Jerry. So, I mean, we should look into it. I'm going to look it up now. Like, I wonder if Mike Judge is just sole writer on this, because I almost feel like it's just so good that I don't understand how one dude can kind of be responsible for all of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a look, because I almost feel like he'd need a writing team. I mean, even the Workaholics guys had writers. Not for every episode, but some, you know.
He should never go near Dario again, though, because that was clearly the downside of his writing.
La, 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 la.
Oh, wait, King of the Hill too. Like, actually,
I hate King of the Hill. I hate it.
I don't know what I hate more. Dario is pretty bad.
Fucking oath, man. But like, King of the Hill's pretty like. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to say King of the Hill is probably better, because there are some really great episodes of King of the Hill, like when Bobby starts smoking cigarettes and shit.
And then some characters in King of the Hill are funny. Like the dude that's completely paranoid about the government. I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of funny. Mainly because I think it reminds me of people I know. Yeah.
So it's getting serious reviews on IMDb. So for season 2, episode 3, 9.1 out of 10. Season 2, episode 2, 9.1 out of 10. So
there we go. I am keen for this. It's I reckon we're going to get another few seasons out of this with how good it's going. Like, it's being received well, and it's clearly what people want. And I think there's going to be some absolute like peak Beavis and Butt-Head in this season. Like,
yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on getting another movie or another thing like that?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind it, but I think I'd rather more seasons than one movie. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because I do feel like, as much as I love the movies, I do feel like there's something missing from them that's not quite like the TV show. And maybe it's because it's like one story spread out across an hour and a half or whatever, you know?
That's exactly it. That's where I think it kind of, it doesn't lull, but I think Beavis and Butt-Head really, it's almost like a skit show of themselves. Like, it's that divided, because you've got like a little bit of an episode, a cutaway to a video clip or a YouTube show, a little bit of an episode. It's very staggered. It's not just one constant flowing story. And I think that's where they really hit their peak. Not that the movies are bad.
No, the movies are great. And look, I think Do the Universe was fantastic. And I think you liked Do America more, but I think you liked Do America more simply because of the nostalgia hit that you get from it, like where the time and the place you were at when it came out and sort of thing like that. Whereas I think if you like sit on the new movie to Do the Universe for long enough, I think that can be a possibility too. Like,
yeah.
I definitely think that they've been brought up to our day and age. I think that they've done the perfect like unveiling for fans, people that didn't know the show, like the younger generation. And I think that they've made an impression that's going to make it stick around and last. Like, I don't see Paramount putting the pin in this show at all anytime soon if they've approved as much as they've already approved from Beavis and Butt-Head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, there's the age-old question that we should be asking ourselves here. Have you decided yet who you like more, Beavis or Butt-Head? Because I think about it constantly whenever I'm watching a show, and I'm like, oh, I think I like him more. And I'm like, oh, wait, maybe I like him more. You know what I mean? It's so hard to like pick a clear.
I couldn't choose, I don't think, because I think they're obviously not the one person, but they're a unit. It's kind of like you can't have one without the other, and they're all good. They're both good. They're kind of the yin and yang. Like, they're both idiots.
That's what I was about to say. It's exactly what you said, which was when I asked you that question, I was like, it's kind of hard to answer that because you're used to seeing them as one dynamic duo rather than on their own. You know what I mean? But then I'll try to think of like parts where they are sort of like separated, yeah. And like for instance, in the episode where Beavis is made to look like he's older so they can get the beer that was just on, and he goes back to the old folks' home and he's chatting up that old chick and shit. And what I realized is that, as I keep saying, Beavis is like the kid that just does whatever, but when he's on his own, he's like kind of polite. He's kind of like, I don't know, he's like super different to when he's with Butthead a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Like he almost has a soft side. Whereas when you see Butthead alone in this episode, in the same episode, it's the complete opposite, where he's just like, Beavis is gone. And then he's like, when he rocked up to the old folks' home, he's just like, what did that fart knocker come here for? Like, and he opens the door. What the hell are you doing? And Beavis like, get out of here. You know what I mean? So like, like I think Butthead is always that one note. You never see Butthead. Definitely. You never see Butthead get sad. You never see him get more amped up. It's always that one level where I've seen moments where Beavis is like, in the movie, where they did that perfect thing where like he's talking to Siri about his problems and things like that. You know what I mean? So he's a lot more of an open book and a lot more emotionally adjusted than someone like Butthead, you know, who's just like this, like, let's set it on fire. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And Alan, for Halloween this year, we're buying these fucking shirts. Everyone,
Yes,
just to show you how organized we are. And how all our plans that we put into a book and start writing down and ever, they all come to fruition, don't they, Alan? And that's all of
everyone.
Me and Alan have been saying we're going to buy the Beavis and Butthead shirts since last season. Any day now.
At least it wasn't a year ago.
Yeah, which is crazy, man. As I said, it seems like it was a year ago because Cocaine Bear came out 60-something days ago already. That's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy. Time flies.
Too much.
Definitely. Just don't know what to do, you know? Like, me and you are probably going to be dead before season 3, Beavis and Butthead. Well, I will be. But you'll still be playing cryptic egg games with Indy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's strange custom.
You'll be like, your football team won? Where's my egg? She'll be like, what? And you'll be like, every time they win, it's an egg. She'll be like, please don't win. Please don't win. I don't have an egg for Dad. So let's do what we do in this show. And that's bring up the skull bowl.
Yes, this one is the spicy one.
So, Alan, do you want to talk about what you gave this episode and what your reasoning for that score is over the others?
Absolutely. What we do here as well, because I haven't said, we give this episode, well, every episode we talk about a score of 0 to 50 each, combine it, have a scoreboard. By the end of the season, we're going to have an average score for the overall season as well. And if we had other seasons we'd done this too, maybe rank those. But we don't, so we won't. Not this time. But anyway, this episode is, I think it's the best of the season so far. It was just consistently funny. There wasn't a down moment. There wasn't not that there ever is with this show, but there wasn't a lower moment, I guess is maybe the right word. So I am giving this a 46 because I'm picky and don't give out 50s easily.
We haven't given a 50 yet, have we?
I think our highest was that Last of Us episode. We both gave like 48 or something.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to have to dish out a 50 eventually. I just am trying to save it for like the moment that we watch something where I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I haven't had that moment yet. Like, Beavis and Butthead is always going to be the way it is. And I just don't see there being a clearer winner of an episode or like a 50 out of 50. Like, if I was to look at it from like a perspective of how I feel about the show personally and all that sort of thing, every episode would be 50.
I would say the only one that I would say it, and we haven't done it yet because we haven't done that season, the werewolf episode that would be probably the closest one I can think of.
Yeah, I mean that is one of my all-time favorites. I also really like the call center
Yeah.
where he's like, "My name is Hamid." Um, uh, sorry to make you wait. What is it? I know. Sorry to make you wait for such a long distance, or something like that. Yeah, so I think I gave the episode the same score as you. Yeah.
Yes, you did. So that means this episode comes in at 92.
Very close.
Yes, yes. Putting it at the top though.
By a bee's dick.
A bee's penis.
Also, something we need to say. It's hilarious. So, we had a comment on our season 1, episode 1 and 2 review yesterday, and I saw it come up, and I was like, "That's weird. We've gone up a subscriber." And I checked the subscriber, and I'm like, "Okay." And I checked the comment. I'm like, "Same person." And this person was like, "Boo! I don't want to watch you two." And I was like, "What? Like, why'd you click on the video?"
Man.
And then he's like, "Fucking, it's clickbait. You guys clickbaited me." I'm like, "It says review on the thumbnail. It also says TELEVERSE reviews in brackets at the end. Maybe try reading it more, or like."
And we literally talk about what would it, unless he's watched like 5 seconds of us crapping on and going, these guys are blah, blah, blah.
What I think it is this guy clicked the thing, thinking it was going to be the episodes of the show. Like, if you are looking for the episodes, go to Paramount. Don't go to YouTube because they're not going to be up there because of copyright laws. Like,
and I mean, Paramount dish out the mysterious free subscriptions anyway. Like, I've got it. I haven't paid for it for a while, but.
And not just that, Paramount dish out the fucking copyright restrictions severely. So there's no way you're going to find the episodes on YouTube. And if you click into our fucking show, which, by the way, the thumbnail says in the corner, TELEVERSE reviews, Loud Media, Beavis and Butt-Head episode 1, 2 review. And then you're like, oh, must be the episodes. You're the dumb cunt, not us. You're the dumb cunt. Straight up, dumbest cunt. You know? So that's all I have to say about that one. The other thing I want to say is, ALANNIS, what are your thoughts at the moment going on with Bam Margera?
I haven't been on top of it, but yeah.
Well, he just appeared in court today.
Again?
He just appeared in court today on serious charges. He was hiding out in the forest with a girl and her 8-year-old daughter with meth and smoking meth, and was telling everyone he was gonna shoot everyone in the head and shit like that. And he's like got charges of like terrorist acts and shit or whatever, causing terrorist violence. I don't know. And he just went to court today, and like apparently he's got that many charges, man. It's not. I don't know what's gonna happen. You know. He just got a huge punch on with his brother Jess from CKY, the drummer. Yeah, shit's kicking off with them. I don't know what the fuck is going on, bro.
That's not good.
No, it's not. Especially when me and you were like, I don't know, maybe a year ago when we were doing our CKY stuff, and I was like, it could be a CKY 5 coming.
And we were saying not even a few months ago, going like, oh, it looks like he's really turned his stuff around. Like, good for him.
Nope, not at all, man. I was watching a podcast with him today where he's still asking Johnny Knoxville to step into the ring with him. Where he's like, I don't know, man. He's off the rails. I got to send you some videos. I think we should do it. Maybe when it all comes to a head, we should do a video together called like the Chronicles of Bam Margera, and like talk about like from moment to moment everything that happened, because there's so much to dive into, man. Like, I don't know what to believe about his family and shit anymore, because like as soon as anything goes wrong, who reports on it first? TMZ. Who goes to TMZ? His family.
Yeah.
Like, apparently his mum was like, the moment anything goes wrong, she's like, call TMZ.
So they're profiteering on it.
Basically, and they're trying to put him on a conservatorship. Like Britney Spears was, where she can't spend access her money and all that sort of thing like that. Now, I feel like there's some like screwy shit going on behind the scenes of like them trying to get that. You know what I mean? Because Bam swears black and blue that like they keep putting him in mental institutes and stuff simply for the shittest reasons, and it's all because they want access to his money and to get the money off him, kind of thing, and shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Weird. So yeah, if you click this and you wanted the episodes of Beavis and Butthead instead of the review, you fucked up, and we can't help you out with that one. So, anyways, coming up next week, we've got some doozy episodes for you, including Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now,
In 40X.
in 3D 40X for our premiere episode of Beavis and Butthead. Wait. Beavis and Butthead. What am I talking about? For our premiere episode of Ranked and Reviewed Breaks the Fourth Wall. You know, it'd be cool if we put on 3D glasses and it made everyone else's like vision 3D.
Put on your 3D glasses now.
Does it make a difference? It's just like just me sucking cock. You remember that dude in Back to the Future that's walking around with the 3D glasses on? The red and blue ones, where he like wore it as a fashion statement like this. It's like, what are you doing? Just got out of seeing Jaws 3D or fucking Jason 3D. All right, so yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 next week. I mean, if we can try and fit in the other two, we're going to do that. I'm really the only lazy cunt that has to watch them. Alan's already seen them. I've seen the first one. Can't remember anything about it. The only thing I can remember out the second one is Baby Groot dancing at the start. And yeah, we've also got more TELEVERSE reviews coming up. Digman's due out more as well. I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 episodes out of that out in a row, like in one go kind of thing. We're running a lot behind at the moment because my band has got a lot going on. Music video launch is coming up in June. So I've been so busy. It's ridiculous, but we have to keep the show. We have to keep the train on the tracks.
Yes. And also on my part, I found out I have to find a new house, and it sucks out there right now. So a lot of my time is going to inspections.
But once the band is launched, once Alan's found a house again, and isn't sleeping in a tent in the park, and yelling at all these Bayswater kids to leave his tent decorations alone. You're like unzipping the like thing. Go, you fucking. And Indy's just like sitting in her tent. She's like, egg? You're like, no games now. The kids are fucking our tent up. We'll play your egg game when I come back. Okay? Stabbing some kids. All right, guys. So, anything you want to say before we get our fucking cunts out of here, ALANNIS?
Love the clickbait we bring.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna title this episode "The Real Beavis and Butt-Head," Paramount Plus Season 2, Episode 3. Click here, no joke. That's what I'm gonna name it. And then Alan's gonna make me go sit and watch Evil Dead Rise again.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Anyway, we'll see you next week.